Sympathy by Laurence Dunbar, 1872 to 1906. I know what the cage bird feels, alas, when the sun is bright on the upland slopes, when the wind stirs soft through the springing grass, and the river flows like a stream of glass, when the first bird sings and the first bud opes, and the faint perfume from its chalice steals, I know what the caged bird feels. I know why the caged bird beats his wing till its blood is red on the cruel bars, for he must fly back to his perch and cling, and when he fain would be on the bough swing, and a pain still throbs in the old scars, and they pulse again with a keener sting, I know why he beats his wing. I know why the caged bird sings, ah me, when his wing is bruised and his bosom sore, when he beats his bars and he would be free. It is not a carol of joy or glee, but a prayer that he sends from his heart's deep core, but a plea that upward to heaven he flings. I know why the caged bird sings. Okay, this is a poem by Dunbar. Let's see, Paul Dunbar was born in Ohio. His parents were slaves before the American Civil War, and he was a poet, a novelist, and a writer of short stories. He also gained a good international reputation. A lot of his work, which was popular during his lifetime, was written in Negro dialect, African American English, and he also has a very good ability to mix the two, to join the two of them together. Now notice this last line, I know why the caged bird sings. And this is giving the is the title of Maya Angelou's epic poem as well. I know why the caged bird sings, and this is the origin of it. So, sympathy. Well, this poem is about the sympathy he feels for the bird in the cage, and the whole poem is one long metaphor between the situation of African Americans at this time and a bird in a cage. And he knows how the caged bird feels. He feels a great deal of empathy and sympathy for a bird in a cage. He knows how it feels because this is the world that he's living in. Outside there is sun and spring and beauty, but the bird lives in a cage. And this poem is talking about freedom, and the freedom that the bird or that the African American should have. I know what the caged bird feels, alas. So sadly, I know how it feels because my situation as an African American and the situation of the bird in the cage are the same. I'm sitting here in my cage when the sun is bright on the upland slopes, when the wind stirs soft through the springing grass, and the river flows like a stream of glass. So nature is beautiful, the sun is shining, the wind is blowing through the grass, the river is flat and flowing slowly. But I'm in a cage, and all of these are a metaphor for all of the possibilities that white people had. All of the possibilities of all the different things that they could do, that there was a wonderful world of opportunity out there. But this world of opportunity was not there. It was not available for African Americans. When the first bird sings and the first bird opes, and the faint perfume from its chalice steals, I know what the cage bird feels. So this is when spring starts, the first bird of spring, and the first bud opes. But opes here is rhyming with slopes in the previous one. So when the spring comes and you can smell the perfume from its chalice, from its opening, I know what this cage bird feels. It can smell spring, it can feel spring, but it can't drink from its chalice, the holy chalice of opportunity, the chalice of equality, the chalice of equal opportunity. And this bird doesn't have an equal opportunity because it's stuck in a cage. I know why the cage bird beats his wing till its blood is red on the cruel bars. So here we have an image of a bird beating its wings in a cage, and it's bleeding, and the bird's blood is on the bars. And this is, again, this expresses very clearly how he feels, that that African Americans must remain within this cage, and they will beat their wings to try to be free, no matter what is done for them. For he must fly back to his perch and cling, when he fain would be on the bough a swing. So he flies, but he can't fly free, and he's beating his wings to be free. And the only place to go back for the cage bird is back to his perch and to cling on to it. He's got to stay where he is. He can't go anywhere. He can only go within the bounds that American society permits. When he fain would be, he would be comfortable, he would be wonderful, he would feel good, he would be satisfied, contented, to be on the branch of a tree that was swinging backwards and forwards outside. And a pain still throbs in the old scars, and they pulse again with a keener sting. I know why he beats his wings. And there's a pain that's throbbing in the old scars. And here I think the old scars, this is a metaphor for the times before this, for the times before the American Civil War, before the emancipation of the slaves, when African Americans were property, and they had scars from the beatings that they had, and they pulse again with a keener sting. So when the cage bird is trying to fly, when they are trying to take off into the world of opportunity, and they can't, then they remember the old things that have happened to him, and the cage bird is flapping his wings to be free, and this is why he beats his wings, even though he cannot be. I know why the cage bird sings, ah me. So I know why he sings. He sings for in sadness, he sings to be free, he sings for freedom. When his wing is bruised and his bosom sore, his breast is sore, so he's bruised his wings, beating them against the cage. When he beats his bars, and he would be free, so he's beating his wings to be free, to get out of this cage. It is not a carol of joy or glee, it's not a happy song. This is a song of sadness, but a prayer that he sends from his heart's deep core, but a plea that upward to heaven he flings. But this is a prayer to God, please God, set me free. Please God, I understand that slavery is no longer legal, but there are still bars. There's the bars of slavery, or the bars of lack of opportunity, the bars of discrimination continue, and this is why the caged bird sings. And here again, so think about this in Maya Angelou's poem, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, because that comes directly from this poem. So, a very beautiful poem, Sympathy, by Paul Laurence Dunbar.